Hi Leo, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. Okay, so this month we have a new moon in Virgo on the 6th, which is Labor Day weekend if you're in the United States. And then we have Mars moving into Libra on the 16th. And then we have a full moon in Pisces on the 20th. And then Mercury goes retrograde on the 27th. And we will talk about the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say for Leo in terms of love and relationships. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for September 2021? What does Leo need to know about love for September 2021? What does Leo need to know? September 2021. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships? September 2021. The Three of Wands, the Temperance Card, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, the King of Swords, the Empress, the Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. So, the Three of Wands, this is a card of, okay, it's kind of related to this Nine of Wands. You've been really working hard towards something. Maybe you feel you've been working on a relationship, trying to compromise, trying to meet somebody halfway, giving it your best shot. You might have even been planting some seeds. And with the Three of Wands, that means you're going to start to see results for everything that you've been doing. The Temperance card, you could be dealing with someone, and Cancer got this too. So if you're dealing with a Cancer, you may want to read that. It's about finding the balance between two opposing, two balancing opposites, learning how to blend things together. So you might be dealing with someone where you're very different. You have different ways of looking at the relationship, different interests, different ways of approaching life. But at the same time, you're compatible. You find yourself attracted. They say opposites attract. And to make this work, you have to learn how to see things from the other person's side and to learn how to create a win-win situation, how to compromise, how to create, meet someone halfway. Like you can't have it all your way. With the Nine of Wands in the past, you may be exhausted. You may be feeling like, I just can't go on. I can't keep doing this. I'm ready to quit. You might have been dealing with someone like the Knight of Pentacles. That could be an earth sign. Or someone who is a little bit more methodical in the way they approach things. But the Nine of Wands energy does not say quit. It says, you're that close to gaining your goal. You just have to keep trying. So don't give up. A lot of times people give up on a dream or, they do everything. They're like working on something, struggling with some problem. And just as they're about to succeed, they give up. So this is telling you, give it one last shot. Don't walk away just yet. Something that has been influencing this could be this Knight of Pentacles. And you have the Three of Pentacles. So I don't know if there's some kind of, you have a lot of talent. You have the potential for success. Maybe you need to value yourself more. Maybe you're not valuing yourself enough. The Knight of Pentacles is about working on something one day at a time, hanging in there, doing the work. So it could be in a relationship, you may think that people need to just get along. Like if I meet my soulmate, we're just going to live happily ever after. And if we're fighting or if it's a struggle, maybe that means we're not right for each other. But really, it's not. Nobody has this perfect union. That's Disneyland, And you have to work out conflict, and you have to. It's not that you're not going to fight. It's how you fight. You have to fight fair, and you have to, try to understand each other and take it one day at a time. So you might feel frustrated with this Knight of Pentacles, because maybe they're slower in the way they do things, or they're not. They could be a little stubborn. And you see things a different way. You want to do things differently, and so you're butting heads. But it's really saying, take it one day at a time, and eventually you'll work through it. You have to work through things. Now you have the Ace of Swords coming up. So this is a card of taking action. It's a card of energy. It's a card of thinking. It's a new beginning. It's planting a new seed. But because it's a sword, it's a seed of thought. So you're starting to see things from a different perspective this month. I think you're starting to realize that you have to learn how to compromise, that you can't have it all your way. And you have the Chariot in the near future. That's also a card of, it's a card of self-control, really, self-discipline. So if you've been like all over the place, maybe you're like, you've got too many irons in the fire, you have to learn, I'm not going to get anywhere unless I know where I want to go, and I focus on that one thing. So if you're being distracted, if you want to fix a relationship, you have to really zero in on that relationship and not spread yourself too thin. You need to focus on this problem, this relationship, this person, and get rid of all the other distractions. So at this point, you may be determined to have a new start, because this is like your warrior energy has been activated, and so you're determining, you may feel like, I want to make change in my life, and I want some kind of victory, and I want to just be disciplined. So I think you're going to be more disciplined this month, and realize like what is draining me, what is taking me off the path, what do I need to let go of, and what do I need to focus on in a relationship, and also in your life. Like it's a life path too, career, because I'm seeing career cards here. So you may have to think, like, what do I want to do with my life? Even if you're not in the workforce, you still need to have a goal or something, a hobby, something that, that where you can express your talent, because the Three of Pentacles is about talent, being recognized for your talent. But you have to take action. It's not going to come to you. You have to, fight for it. And that's the Ace. The Ace is like, I have this warrior spirit. I am going to go after what I want. And now you have the King of Swords here, which is about learning how to separate what's real from what's not real. So maybe you've been a little confused lately about what your goal should be or what you should focus on. The King comes up, his decisions may seem harsh, but they're fair. Maybe you feel like someone's been giving you a hard time, or you've been giving yourself a hard time. Now, in your environment, you have the Empress. This is a card of, you could be connecting with someone who's, like, this is a card of the motherhood, creativity, abundance, feeling nurtured. Maybe there's someone in your life that is like a mother to you, more than a lover, more like a mother, taking care of you. Maybe I almost feel like you have that around you, but maybe you're not seeing it somehow. Because the Empress is really about family, connecting with family, feeling like you're part of a family, feeling like you have a home. This is about home, family, abundance, but it's also about creativity. So maybe one way to solve your problems in relationship is to focus on, what do I need to do to create a home? What do I need to do to find nurturing, to get nurtured? What do I need to do to express my creativity? That could help your mood and your mental state. You have the Hangman here in your wish fulfillment. The Hangman is about feeling like in limbo, like you want something, you want this Empress energy, but your life is in limbo. And Sometimes the hangman means giving something up for something better, making a sacrifice. Maybe you have to get what you want, you may have to sacrifice some things. And again, that comes up with the temperance energy of, finding the middle ground, giving, like giving in to certain things, learning how to compromise, and also learn how to take action. So if you're having an issue in a relationship, I feel like the way out is by learning how to see things from a different perspective, to learn how to compromise, learn how to meet someone halfway, and take action. And don't let yourself be distracted by all these other things. Like you have to, if you want a relationship to work, you have to focus on it. If you want a career thing to work, you have to focus on it and take action. But you can't go in all directions at once. So you have to figure out what is really important to me, and what do I need to put my energy towards. Because I feel like your energy is coming this month. You're going to be activated. So just make sure you know where you want to go. Have a goal, have a strategic plan. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a card of things are changing. Unexpectedly, things are going to change. So if you've been going through a difficult time, the wheel means like you're going to come out of that difficult time. Nothing lasts forever. And you're going to be moving into a more favorable time. And this is also a time card for September, October, November. I would say it would be more like October, beginning of November. Things are going to change. But you can start now, figuring out what you want to work towards, and so that your ships can come in. So if you're in a relationship, compromise. If you're not in a relationship, take action. Focus. What do I want? What do I really want? Don't give up on the dream. But do think, don't let your heart rule your head. The King of Swords energy doesn't let their heart rule their head. He looks at things. Don't be too harsh, too. Maybe you might be too harsh either on another person or hard on yourself. Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. And make wise choices. Make wise decisions that are based on fairness and realistic goals. I don't know if that makes sense. So your new moon in Virgo is in your second house. So this is the house of values, money, self-worth. I have a feeling like you have a new opportunity to have a new start, and your values may be changing. You have Mars going through the second house, so sometimes your expenses could be a little higher, but you're determined to make more money. You're determined to get paid what you're worth. You're determined to get what you deserve. So you might be working towards that. And this new moon is trine Uranus in the 10th house. So the 10th house is your career, your public life, your status in the world. There's going to be a change. You might change your life direction. Like if you're doing one type of work, you may decide to go into a different field altogether because it's just not, it serves you better. It speaks better to who you are, and it utilizes your talent. So the new moon can bring surprises, but positive surprises, not negative, unexpected. You won't be expecting it. Like the last thing you think is what could happen. Uranus is, you can't predict what Uranus is going to do. All you know, it's going to be unexpected, it's going to be shocking, and it's going to free you from something that has held you back. So if you've been feeling stuck or imprisoned, Uranus comes along to, free you from that feeling and to bring fresh air into your life. And it's kind of like a rebellious energy. Like you're not going to settle for less, basically. And you're going to take action to get what you deserve, to get more. You still have Pluto going through the 6th house, and it's so you want to, take care of your health. Don't sweep things under the rug. The 6th house is also the house of your day-to-day work, so things are really changing at work. You might be going through some kind of transformation, restructuring. If you work for a corporation, they might be restructuring the organization. Venus is squaring Pluto this month from your 3rd house, so you could have some power struggles with either siblings or friends about some health issue or some work issue. Jupiter, though, is in your 4th house. Your 7th house, I'm sorry. And Mercury's in the 3rd house. Venus is trining Jupiter, so you could connect with someone there could be a partnership that comes about. You could be connected with someone who has a lot of financial, like a wealthy partner this month. Because Jupiter in the 7th usually brings a wealthy partner, or someone who's very positive, very abundant, brings abundance, brings positive energy, brings wealth, abundance. That's coming. That's possible. And it could be like someone you meet in the neighborhood, someone you even know locally, just running around town. You run into someone. Mercury is also in your 3rd house. That's a card of communication. So there could be a message that comes in. Either you're connecting with someone or someone's contacting you. But it could bring a lot of joy into your partnerships. You could bring a successful partnership, an abundant partnership, something that's going to lead to opportunity. You also have Saturn going through the 7th. So you have Saturn and Jupiter both in your 7th house. So Saturn shows you the reality of a relationship or a partnership. It shows you, like, if you haven't been seeing things clearly, Saturn will show you what's real. And it's also showing you where you need to step up to the plate. Like, what do I need to do? What's my part in this relationship? You may have to take some responsibility. You can't just always blame the other person. You have to say, well, what am I not doing? If you're having problems, you have to ask yourself, what am I not doing? Or what is it that I should be doing? What do I need to stop doing? Whatever it is, you're part of a twosome. It takes two to tango. So you have to look realistically at your contribution as well as the other person's. And then again, here we go with the compromise and discussing and working out some kind of win-win. But with Jupiter there, Jupiter's giving you luck to achieve a good partnership. So if you're leaving something that you found was oppressive or just stagnant or difficult, a burden, you could be attracting a new person that brings more hope and light into your life. But whatever you have the 3rd house, you have Mercury in the 3rd house, trining Saturn. So if you're signing any contracts, 3rd house can be contracts, communication. Saturn in the 7th could be partnerships, both business and personal. Anything that you're committing to around this time, it could be that you decide to make a commitment in a relationship, or if you're signing a contract in a business partnership, it's going to be around for a long time. Saturn trine Mercury is, longevity, commitment, seriousness. It's not a fly-by-night thing. So you could really make a serious commitment right now. Just make sure you know what you want. Mars is in your 2nd house. It's trining Pluto in your 6th house. So you really, if there's some kind of health issue, you might feel like, okay, I really want to get my health back on track. I'm going to take action. I'm going to, if you need to change your diet or change your exercise or whatever, you're going to take action. So the 6th house is either work or health. If wherever there's a problem, Mars gives you that energy and that desire to take action and to make things better, to make things different. And it's a very powerful aspect, Mars trine Pluto. It gives you a lot of support and energy. You can really transform your life. So transform your health, transform your work. But it all revolves around the actions that you take. So you have to be the warrior in your own life and take action. Then we have Mars moves into Libra. And at that point, it's in the 3rd house. So you could be... that could make you travel more. You have to be careful with traveling. Don't travel when you're angry. And you might be arguing with siblings or people close to you because it makes you more outspoken. Your communication style is more confrontational when Mars is in the 3rd. The full moon in Pisces happens in your 8th house, and the sun is in your 2nd house. And so something is coming to completion around a financial situation. Now, the moon is conjunct Neptune before it goes opposite the sun. So you want to make sure you're seeing things clearly. If you're signing any contracts or you're dealing with any kind of financial thing, make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure you know what you're reading the fine print, because there could be confusion around that. Or if it's something creative, like Neptune and the moon, when it comes together, it can bring creativity, intuition, psychic ability. You could be having a special, just if you have a certain feeling about something, trust it. Trust your intuition. Saturn, again, Mars is Now, Mars is trining Saturn. So from the third house, it's trining Saturn, and it's also trining the North Node in the 11th house. This is a grand air trine. So there could be some positive developments that come up among friendships, marriage partners, relationships, friendships, communicate. Like you could really take action to communicate. Like if you're having problems in a relationship and you take action, it could turn out favorably for you. If you like reach out to someone or communicate with someone, it could turn things around. Again, Mercury is trining Jupiter. Great time. It's a good time to communicate to a partner, to create more positive energy. But Mercury is going to be going retrograde at the end of the month. Now, the full moon happens on the 20th, and Mercury goes retrograde on the 27th. So it's going to be in the shadow around that time. So make sure that you're communicating clearly, that you're not being misunderstood, because a lot of times Mercury, can bring miscommunication when it retrogrades. And it can blow things out of proportion since it's trining Jupiter. But with the Mercury retrograde, it may bring people back from the past. You may want to revisit a partnership, or you may want to rework something and make it better the second time around. You have Venus going through your 4th house, and it's opposing Uranus in the 10th. So that could be a status change, a new love coming in. Maybe you're moving. Your home life is more harmonious. The Venus in the 4th house, you might be fixing up your house, or you might be moving into a beautiful house, a more harmonious situation, a house that's beautiful, a house where there's love. And it could happen unexpectedly when you least expect it. Or you may decide to just change the work that you do and get involved in something more creative. Any of those things are possible. Now, while Mercury is trining Jupiter, it's also squaring Pluto. So Mercury in the 3rd squaring Pluto. Where do you have Pluto? In the 6th. I think you have Pluto in the 6th. Yes. You really want to take care of your health, and especially your mental health. You might have some challenges with some health issue or some work issue where you have to really communicate. And so you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to force your opinions, or you don't want to be forceful or argumentative. But you can't afford to sweep things under the rug at this point. You have to face the reality. You have to make changes. And so you may hear news that you may not like concerning some health issue, or you might hear news that you don't like around a work issue. Things have to change. Pluto represents transformation. Something has to change. Whatever you've been doing, you might have been going about it in the wrong way. You have to make major changes. But it can bring abundance into your life because Mercury is also trine Jupiter. So it just means that it might be awkward for you to make these changes. It might put you out of your comfort zone. Maybe even in communicating, you may have to change your style of communication from being argumentative or hostile to more harmonious, more willing to compromise. And that will help your relationship. So I feel like you have a lot of good things coming and changes to be made. And the most important message I want to leave you with is taking action and learning to compromise. Because you're going to be coming into a favorable period. So you don't want to be stubborn and you don't want to be belligerent. You want to be, let's work together. Let's talk. Let's create a win-win. So that's my message for Leo for September. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, if it resonated with you, click on the like button, leave me a comment, let me know. If you'd like a private reading where we deal with just your specific life and issues, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you, everyone, for liking, subscribing, watching the videos. If you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying everything. Hope you're enjoying the videos. And have a wonderful September, Leo. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.